we're back, Dave. Got the pins out. The weather's starting to pick up. Admittedly, I've got a hoodie on. Business upstairs, party downstairs. But the weather is on the turn. I say that. I don't know if you got it the other day. So I'm at work. I'm just coming back from an appointment, right? And the fucking heavens, like the heavens, absolutely fucking up. It wasn't like rain. It wasn't a shower. It was like fucking hailstones, like the fucking size of this. It was like a torrential downpour of hailstones. It was fucking mental. I got back to the office after I walked through these hailstones, and it was so heavy, right? This fucking hailstorm that it looked like it snowed, because it covered the roads, it covered the paths. It was like an inch, literally like an inch deep.
Yeah. Where were you when that was happening? Because I was driving in that. I think I was in Tunbridge Wells, so I must have been around this similar sort of area.
Yeah. So it was just fucking.
It was mental. Yeah.
It was mental, but it wasn't like normally with like a hailstorm, like hailstones. It's like 5
Great
minutes.
band, by the way.
Yeah. It was like, it's normally like 5 minutes and then it's done.
Yeah.
But like the thing we couldn't understand is like it was like 10 degrees. Like how the fuck is it cold enough for the rain even to turn to ice?
Wow. It's climate change, Josh, and that's the reason, or one of the reasons, why EV sales, second-hand EV sales have gone up 32%, because it's a mixture of people worrying about the earth and worrying about the war in Iran.
Do they all sound like that? They all got like nasally,
they all sound like
posh nasally voice.
Who's the geezer that was on the IT crowd? Richard.
Richard. What's his fucking name? Richard
Adiodi or something?
It's like what? That's gonna bug me now.
Yeah.
Richard. It's like.
Let's just say Richard.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know.
Is it Eduardo?
Yeah, something like that. I imagine those people that talk about climate change and stuff, the ones that have bought second-hand Priuses.
Yeah.
They all sound a bit like that, a bit like when I say facts about like historical facts, but like they say it like that,
Yeah.
Like the roof on this building was made out of an old timber boat.
Yeah. Or like Greta Thunberg. How dare you?
Kind of, yeah.
How dare you? No, fuck off.
Just a bit more nasally, a bit less tism.
Yeah, I struggle.
But yeah,
I struggle with accents and voices. But I suppose really, we can't not talk about the state of the country and the local elections from last week.
It's pretty bad. We've got the pick, haven't we? Really.
Oh yeah, but I suppose it's not even the best of a bad bunch, is it? They're all just shit. They're all I know for the last few weeks, politics has been hot topics recently, and you just can't escape it. Whether it is like the left or the right or the local elections now, or be the general election in 29. If there isn't one called before then, but it's just like the country at the moment is just fucked. But it's fucking hilarious. The amount of people that I saw on Facebook, and just in general on like Facebook, Instagram, all the social media sites, that were like genuinely shocked about how well Reform did. It's like, why are you shocked? Like, not everyone that voted for them is a racist. Yeah. Like, not everyone that voted for them hates Muslims or immigrants. No. At the end of the day, the working class, and it's not even just the working class, people of the country don't think the previous government, the Conservatives, who fucked it up for 15 years, and the current government of the Labour, who have fucked it up for the last 2 years, Joe Public doesn't feel like they're being listened to. The Tories, gave all their contracts to their mates from Eton. And like Keir Starmer,
they all do.
Keir Starmer was just a fucking wet lettuce. Like, whenever I watch the darts, every time you watch the darts, like especially in like the Premier League, it's every Thursday it would be Keir Starmer's a wanker. Whereas but previously it was Boris Johnson's a cunt.
Yeah.
You would hear that being chanted. Like, it's just people like. Well, I just don't get it. And then you've got with the local elections, don't get me wrong, there's been fucking, it's hilarious. Like, so I think in the last couple of days, like, or like since the elections were done, like there's been, I think there was a reform guy that had to step down because he was moonlighting as a porn star. That came to light.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I don't know what his name was, but he was a porn star. I think in his OnlyFans bio was saying he was a porn star and DJ. And I saw saying that he was doing gay porn as well.
Well, that's where the money is.
There was another guy another guy that got investigated and then got dropped after he was been elected because he turned.
The guy in Plymouth. Is it?
I don't know if it was a guy in Plymouth, but he said he said Nigerians should be burned down and put in potholes. Or melted down, sorry. It's just like...
Oh, no. I mean, that is a wild thing to say. But you can find these people anyway if you're actively looking for them.
Oh, of course you can. But
in which they are, because this is the thing, right?
But on the flip side, you know, you've got the Green Party councillors that are addressing their council in fucking Arabic. But at the same time, like, you know, the Greens will slag off because obviously that they did, you know, from what they had, they're the
other end of the spectrum, aren't they?
They did pretty well in getting seats, but it's just like, I'm sorry, like, you know, I'm all for multiculturalism, and, you know, I'm all for you know, everyone having a place here. And if you come over here and, you know, you go through the right channels and you do everything you need to do to, no pun intended.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If you go through the right channels.
If you come over, if you go through the right channels, in the right little boat, and you know, and you do everything that needs to be, you know, you do everything that, you know, that you need to do to get citizenship. You know, you pass the test and all that bollocks, and you integrate, you assimilate, and
do the bleep test.
Do the bleep test, yeah. See how far you can get. You've got to get to at least level 10, otherwise you get fucking kicked straight back out.
You've got to be able to get at least to level 10, jump a barbed wire fence, and then ride a dinghy across water.
And it's like, but you know, I'm all for, you know, it's not ethical, is it? It's what's
ethical?
Not ethical migrants. What are they called?
Ethnic?
No, not ethnic migrants. No, like when you come over. Like whatever, I can't know what it is, but you know, but the people that are, you know, that are getting on a plane, flying over, doing their asylum before they come here, and what have you, not just turning up on Dover Channel, and just, you know, and then just walking around the streets, you know, like, on bikes, touching people's bums, like, fuck off. So if you go for the right, you know, if you do it the right way, absolutely fine, not a problem at all.
Yeah, we've touched on that before. I agree with that. As well. Like if you go through the right channels, it's fine. Like, yeah, but also at the same time, we said last week that it's wrong if someone's in actually making a living and has a family and is contributing to society in the right ways and isn't causing any problems and isn't an extremist in any way. It's, you know, you can't be saying that you're going to turf them out either, because that's just ridiculous.
But that's where actually you've got reform and then you've got restore. Like restore are even more militant than
I mean, they're the brown jackets, mate, aren't they? They're the actual, you know, if you want to coin the term Nazi, is if you want to actually compare it to the late 1930s in Germany. You need to read about that if you're Gen Z, because you've clearly forgotten about it or not learned about it. But if you're comparing it to that, it would be them. Yeah. They're the extremists. And I have to say as well, whether they're on the left or the right at the moment, all parties are pretty mid, in my opinion.
Pretty mid.
So yeah, they need to
that's another
for our younger crowd.
That's another young person term, isn't it? Mid.
Zero riz.
What's the other one I keep hearing? Like, you know, have you seen like the AI videos of like Bob the Builder and Post? And they all say like type shit. I don't know what that means. What does type shit mean? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I haven't bothered looking it up on the on the Urban Dictionary, but I just don't know what it means.
I don't know. Well, we can probably look it up.
It'd be like, you know, Pat will be talking to like one of his shotters, and it'll be like, I don't know, go take this to, or go and do this type shit. What's that fucking mean? I don't get it. I'm too old.
I have no idea. Maybe a lot of them are a double entendre, aren't they?
I think so.
You can use them in two different ways. So it might be like, say something bad about it, or it might be this type shit, because they say things like "it's giving," don't they? And then they, you know, like.
But that's a good thing, isn't it? It's giving.
Yeah, I think so. But I would say, like, in response to that term, "it's giving," like, I'm not giving a shit. But yeah, but with reform, to circle back to that as well.
It's a suckle.
They clearly want to do things more. How do I explain this? The other parties have been doing things to extreme, but in the wrong way. You know, so for example, the Greens want to do, you know, silly things, and they want to go too far to the left, and then you've got the Conservatives.
They want open borders. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't remember if we touched on it last week. I think we did, like, or the week before, like the shithousery from Reform. Like I saw the video. I think his name's like Zaya Yusuf, or something. He's going to be. He would be, if they were elected, he'd be like the Home Secretary, and obviously Greens want open borders. Come and go as you please, do what you like, anyone's welcome, that kind of thing. It doesn't matter what you've done, whether you're an upstanding human being or you're a serial murderer, you're more than welcome. Come in, chavvy. We've got a bed for you, that kind of thing. Come stay at the inn. And so they put out a video like a few days before the election, for the local elections, basically saying any counts, like when Reform win, when Reform get into power, anyone that's got a Green MP or a Green council, we will, rest assured, it's guaranteed, 100%, we will put a detention centre in those constituencies, because they want open borders. So that's what you want. You want open borders. You can have all the migrants and all the illegal immigrants, and they will be in your town. They'll be in your city.
And all the people that voted from them just to break up the norm or to spite people will be like, fuck.
Like it was so petty and like just like shit, proper like shit house, and don't get me wrong, it is pathetic. It is like it's political point scoring. They're just trying to wind them up and twist the knife. Kind of
yes and no,
but it's just funny. But like I said, the amount of people that I saw on like social media and just like in general like forums, just like some people were like like I'm crying, I'm in tears. I'm so worried about Reform getting into power. They're going to ruin everything. And to be fair, like a lot of their Labour, a lot of their councillors are knuckle dragging fucking idiots. Like they are fucking. Like they will fuck up most of their constituencies and most of their councils. But ultimately, what people need to understand is the Greens got loads of seats compared to what they had. Labour and Tory, I think Labour lost like 1,400 seats.
Oh, it's a record.
They were decimated, and like whether or not Reform get into power at the next election, or if it's Reform or Restore, or whatever, or the Tories get in, someone that's a bit more on the right side of politics, like. People need to understand that there is a lot of people out there that aren't happy with how the country is at the moment, rightly or wrongly, and not all of them. Like at the end of the day, not everyone that votes Reform is a racist. Not everyone that votes Green is a left-wing lunatic. Like there are people that just think that the current two-party system is fucked and it's failing and something needs to be done. But the trouble, I saw something the other day as well, like when I think the last time the country kind of got to this impasse where like people just weren't happy, like a more right-leaning party got into power and it kind of like the country just kind of like resets itself. I might be talking bollocks. I'm sure someone in the comments will call me a cunt and saying, oh, you're just a right-wing fucking racist. Fuck off. Like, just no, I'm a fucking realist.
Yeah,
like stuff needs to be fucking changed in our country, and it is a joke. Like, and you can't. And don't get me wrong. Like they blame it all on immigration. It's not on immigration. Like immigration isn't the reason why the country's fucked. It's poor spending on education. It's poor spending on technologies and the services and housing and this, that, and the other. Jobs, job crises, over the years, and pay's not going up, and this, that, and the other. Like, immigration, is one of the problems, but it's not the biggest problem. It's just years and years and years of mismanagement, and the country just being fucked up by those in power.
Yeah, well, the values and morals. So something I wanted to that I wrote down that I wanted to talk to you about today was the fact that Labour, one of the MPs, I don't know who it was, or one of the people involved with Labour, was on, I think it was LBC or one of the radio stations.
Not on with James O'Brien, was he?
I've no idea, but no idea.
That fucking idiot.
No idea, but
what he my shit.
What he was saying was that his nightmare is if Labour lose control and that if someone else gets in, i.e. Nigel Farage.
Lose control? They've already lost control.
Right, but
the fucking horse already bolted, brother.
Yeah, but that's his worst nightmare. And I'm like, Right, okay. So you're see now if you read between the lines, which you can do. So what you're telling me there, mate?
Or the white lines.
The what?
The white lines. You read between the lines. The white lines.
Why white lines? I don't get it.
Well, I was making a cocaine reference.
Okay. The point is that it's actually quite a valuable point that you're interjecting on, but it's fine. He's deciding that he's going to choose his party over the health of the country.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem.
Oh, but
That's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem. You have decided that because you've been told by the votes what people think of you, and you've now decided that the worst thing is for you to be out of power instead of thinking to yourself, oh fuck, well actually maybe we do need to take a look at ourselves and obviously change our policies or whatever, which I think they're starting to do, but it's too little too late.
Yeah.
And I said this to you a long time ago, maybe January, maybe even before that in the pod, where they're doing things these days, like changing the law or whatever, and then just sitting and watching and see how people react. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So that's what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, because people have reacted. And they've had enough.
Yeah.
They've had enough, mate. They've had enough of the fact that you're going to choose your fucking party over everyone else in this country, instead of, taking a look at yourselves, or instead of like taking a look at maybe some of the policies. Like we said, it needs to be like, you need to be able to listen to someone else's point or someone else's point of view, as hence the whole reason of having a debate in a House of Commons and stuff in the first place.
But have you seen some of the fucking videos? they record like PMQs, so Prime Minister's Question Time, in the House of Commons, and like the people running the country, they're just fucking children. Like it's actually a joke. You see these videos and it'll be clipped up, and they're just slagging each other off and like they're taking a piss out of each other. It's like, you're supposed to be fucking like, regardless of what side of the floor you're on, whether you're on whether you're a Labour or a Tory or whatever other party that is there, like, you're there to run the country. Yes, you're not going to agree on stuff. Obviously, you've got different values. You've got either left wing or centre left or centre right values, or whatever it may be on the extremities. Like, but at the end of the day, you are put in power to sort the country out and to make sure that we've got enough infrastructure for housing. We've got the NHS isn't falling apart, and we've got enough doctors and nurses and GPs and this, that, and the other. Our kids are getting top class first world education, like not fucking we're not living in we're not a poor country. We're one of the top 10, top 5 richest countries in the world.
Even we've given half of it back.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why there's so much stigma about being a patriot, loving your country, because we controlled 80% of the world back in the day.
Quite a bit, yeah. I don't know if it's 80%, but it's quite a high percentage.
Maybe not 80%, but because we colonised most of the world.
Yeah.
We were a little
like everyone else did with every empire before that as well.
But it's like we're made to feel bad about it. I saw something the other day. Like it was a video where this guy was saying, Somalia for Somalians, perfect. Brazil for Brazilians, lovely. Iran for Iranians, fantastic. British for British. Britain for Britain for British people. Yeah, can't have that, racist. Oh yeah, you can't. You can't want that. You're a racist. You don't like anyone other than British people. No, just because we were a massive superpower back in like the 1700s or whenever it fucking was.
Yeah, I've got a theory on this. Sorry to interject. Is that
just grinds my gears.
People seem to forget, and Americans seem to forget as well, that there's a class system in this country that was obviously gotten rid of in France, obviously, and it's only in certain other countries now. But the class system that's in this country is very unique, and what they need to understand is let's take for example with America getting their independence in the Revolutionary War, which was a civil war because there was brothers. I mean, there was two brothers from Westerham, for example. If you're looking through history, one was fighting for the Americans and one was fighting for the British, and they were on opposite sides of a town shooting at each other. Right? Is that not a civil war? Am I mad? Am I a cunt or what? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
anyway,
you are
so,
a cunt, but
yeah.
I don't know if you're mad.
Well, okay, but so that's a civil war, so that's not a revolutionary war. But anyway, let's not get caught in the weeds there. So the point is that they don't have the class system in America. They still have the corruption. They still have people that hold wealth and stuff, which is mad because they thought that getting rid of the class system would stop that. Well, no, it doesn't because you're still a capitalist country. So congratulations. But they don't have the class system. So what they fail to understand is, have you ever noticed how every British meme or every Brit that is evil in an American thing is, talks like this very so. But there's a reason for that because most of the redcoats, right, and most of the high-ranking officers and bits and pieces in the redcoats were gentry, yeah, and it was the working class idiots, the plebs that were told, get your rifles and go and shoot matey, but they were being directed by the people higher up. Yeah. So that's something that but that's the sort of thing that they look on, and that's what they're the people that were making, for example, still trading slaves with the Americans. Even though it had been abolished in England, they were, because they didn't care, because they were making dough. Yeah. They didn't care. They're the kind of people, and they're the people that are being hated on. But because obviously the rest of the world doesn't know that, they just hear British, because obviously we're all, whether you come from Oxford and you're worth billions, or whether you come from, let's say, the same place and you're working class, you're still British technically. You know what I mean? So people just tie you with it's a case of being tied with the same brush. Yeah. But actually, if you analyse it and you look into it, you'll find out that most of the atrocities, including the East India Company, by the way, most of the atrocities were actually carried out by the upper class or the upper middle class, not the working man. Yeah. So that's what I don't get, because a lot of the hate is for those atrocities, isn't it? Yeah, and you think that most of the people that actually carried out those atrocities or forced, because obviously even in World War One, if you didn't follow orders, you were shot as a traitor. Yeah. So can you imagine being in the middle of Boston in America, and they're going, right, you need to shoot matey with your musket, and you go, no, you ain't getting out of there alive. You're going to get killed, mate. You're going to be down as a traitor, so
get popped.
You don't have a choice. That's the other thing that people forget. You don't have a choice. You might have a choice now. I mean, you're still a deserter. You still get court-martialed. Yeah. Right. But just little things like that people love to overlook. Like, you're being told what to do by these people. Yeah, but you will do it, or you will die, or you will go to prison. Yeah, but I suppose the modern version of that is the mainstream media, isn't it? It's like they only show you what they want, what they want you to know. Yeah. Ultimately, and it's like, and I think that's why there's been so much, hatred, whipped up on both sides, whether you're, left or right. Like, the right blame everything on the migrants. Oh, all the migrants are coming over. They're touching up our kids and our women, this, that, and the other. But the reason why that's been whipped up, because obviously in a country that is, let's just be conservative, 80% white or 70% white. Obviously, the majority of rapes, murders, and sexual assaults are by a white man. Obviously, and that's just common sense. But the only things you see in the news are migrants came over, an Afghan migrant came over and sexually assaulted this woman, or this Somali man came over and he's touched up a 5-year-old kind of thing. Like, that's the only thing that you see, and that's when you get these dickheads that go to hotels with their loud hailers, like screaming at people that can't understand what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you're fucking idiots. And this is the thing. Same with everything. The media has made it so that these fucking knuckle draggers who can't string a sentence together, I'm going to go to the hotel. I'm going to shout at a brown person because they've come over. They're stealing our jobs and touching up our women. No, what you need to do is you need to go to the council offices. You need to go to the Houses of Parliament. You need to go and march and hold them account for the decisions that they've made, and
for the wrongs that they've
But
done.
be careful, because they've got face recognition now.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
but they delete it after 24 hours, unless they want to make an example of you, which
Well,
is probably what they're going to do when they use it today, because there's marches going on today.
Funny you say that. So we're recording this on the 16th, and there's you got the Unite the Kingdom rally, which is full of full of patriots with their Union Jack.
Wouldn't it be
flags
funny
on.
though to this is obviously we're talking about this now, and this is going to come out Monday, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if what I've just said happens?
Oh,
So they don't delete it. They don't delete it after 12 or 24 hours. They keep it, and then, funnily enough, with the facial recognition, there's all these people, because you had an example.
Funny you say that. So
Yeah.
before I came out today, obviously the rally's going on now. I don't fucking know. I'm not interested. I couldn't give a fuck.
Well, you have a rough idea, don't you?
But I saw saying that there's a guy there. There's a guy that I think I can't remember what his group's called. I don't know if it's like a Facebook group, but I don't fucking know. And it's like raise the colours or something, or raise the flag, something like that. And so he put up pictures on social media today when he got to London to go to the rally in the train station, this, that, and the other. So before he even got to the rally, but then lo and behold, once he gets to the rally and they're marching through the city of London, that's when the police nab him and nick him, because supposedly him and someone else are wanted for GBH in Birmingham. Well, why have you quite clearly? You must know that if he's on the right side of politics, and if he's a potentially agitator, someone that goes against the status quo, and he's wanted for a crime. Why have you waited for him to go to this rally? Are you trying to make an example and make it make it look like they're just right wing thugs? He got nicked because he attacked someone. But then I saw another video. So you've got these guys walking through town, and these couple, obviously with the Union Jacks, and these couple of Asian guys come up, and they're quite clearly trying to start and cause trouble and start a fight, and proper giving it, they got out of their car and giving it to these guys, who eventually just kind of pushing back, and the police try and push them back, and they keep going round and trying to start on these guys on this march. It's just if that was one of them, if it was the other way around, they would have been nicked. But these two Asian guys just get told to fuck off by the police and get back in your car. Well, no, they've tried to start a confrontation and they've not backed down. They've not fucked off. Surely they should be arrested. Surely it should be equal. I don't really understand or know what two-tier policing is. I've never really looked into it. I don't really understand it. But if this is a version of two-tier policing, then surely they should, there shouldn't be. I don't know what it is.
I mean, there's examples of that.
Enough about politics, because that's all we seem to talk about at the moment, because it's just like I
Well,
said,
it's everywhere,
like I said earlier, it's just fucking everywhere. If you've not got fucking Nigel Farage fucking taking £5 million donations and not declaring it, you've got fucking Zach Polanski being a twat at rallies, and then to Keir Starmer sounding like a foghorn. I know, and we've made it quite clear that we are centre right, but we're more than happy to listen to the views of the left, because I think that's like we've said before, that's how the world works. You take bits and pieces from everything, and then if you've got if you're just if you're just a normal person, but you want to build something, and you've got a master builder, a master plumber, or and a master carpenter, for example, you take all the good things from them and teach you, and then you build something amazing with it, with that knowledge, and and that's how it should be. I appreciate, like I said, different sides have different views on how things should be done, but I don't know, maybe I'm living in a false world where I think that it should all be, you take the best bits from everything, and then you develop it from there. But anyway, enough about politics. You was at Brands Hatch over the weekend, weren't you, watching the Brum Brum cars?
Yes, I was. I was at Brands Hatch watching Brum Brum cars. So that was quite good. Watching the British touring cars. I
like British touring cars. Like I said, when the last Formula One was on in Miami.
Well, you would have come along, wouldn't you? But
yeah,
I
was busy. I was at least seeing me nan. I was doing gardening. Well, it wasn't gardening. I was putting stuff on
uphill
walls.
gardening.
No, not on a Sunday, not on God's day.
Anyway,
but at the last Grand Prix. So before that, there was what's it called? There was a like GT cars at brands where they do the full circuit.
I love a GT. I love GT cars.
I love I love the GT cars. Like, I love seeing the Ferraris, the Astons, and you know, and I love it. The the Porsches and what have you, the Lamborghinis. Like, I love seeing all the supercars. But I just find the full circuit, the GP circuit, I just find it boring because you can't even, like, I know you can walk around. Don't get me wrong, I know you can walk around it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, but why are you going to go sit down like in the woods somewhere at the arsehole end of the track, waiting for a supercar to come past, when you can just watch like the touring cars or the Carreras on the Indy course, and you can see the whole fucking track. It's about 80 seconds a lap. And you see them constantly. I just, you just sat, because obviously we normally sit on the hill where you see the bottom of Druids and then the back straight on the Indy track.
Surtees.
I don't know what it's fucking called.
I just told you.
Yeah, I know you just told me, but I didn't know what it was fucking called. Like, we sit there overlooking. I appreciate you and the ginger one get there really early, like 6 in the morning, pitch a tent. And then I'll turn up about, I don't know, 9, 10, because I ain't fucking getting up that early. I'm not that much interested in motor racing. But I like the fact, like, I just think, like, if we go and watch the GT cars, you sat there and you see them all go past you, and then they go round the corner, and then about 40 seconds later, you hear the rumble of
coming down the other side.
Coming down the other side. I like. On TV, obviously, it's a lot different because there's cameras everywhere. So you're not just sitting there watching the clock.
Yeah,
here they come. Like, I do get it, but I do like Brands Hatch, and we're quite lucky, really.
It's a great circuit.
Like, when you think about it, like the area that we live in, like, we're quite lucky. Like, we've got Brands Hatch, half an hour down the corner, around the corner. We've got at Royal Ascot. Well, I say Royal Ascot. We've got Ascot, which is about an hour and a half away. Like, everything is near us. We've got Fort Park, Chessington. We've got direct train links, into central London. That takes you 45 minutes. We are very privileged to live where we live, and when it comes to travel and leisure and sports and stuff, like.
Yeah, definitely.
But because I don't know who won the Brands.
There's a few different.
There's 3 races. Is there 3 races?
One of them was Ingram. I actually can't remember.
I just like when you, because obviously, like, as silly as it sounds, like there is quite a lot of like motor racing celebrities who go there. Like, I've seen Zach Brown and
that was when you was with me last year or the year before, because there was one McLaren there.
That was a couple of years ago, because my dad came, and like we saw Max Chilton, who's an ex-Formula 1 driver.
Yeah, Tom Chilton's brother.
Is he touring car driver, Tom Chilton?
Tom Chilton is a touring car driver, yeah. His brother does house renovations now. Max Chilton does house renovations, but he occasionally does like motorsport stuff.
Doesn't he like drive for like not Manor? I can't remember what it's called now. It's like
Max Chilton? Yeah, he's a development driver.
But not for like a fully fledged race. I mean, it's kind of like concept cars, isn't it? I think I can't remember what they're called. I think it starts.
Yeah, he's a test driver.
It starts with like an M, and they did like a test where he effectively, it was static, but the car got so much downforce, even on, so that it was like strapped into like a rolling road kind of thing. Yeah, like they do like a dyno test at a garage. Yeah. So it was kind of like, so strapped in, and then the downforce is so powerful that they slowly turned it up. Obviously they'd released it, so it was on the rolling road. Yeah. And then they kind of twisted it round or turned it over, and the downforce was so strong he was like stuck to the upside down. Yeah. Long story short.
Yeah. I remember that car. That was the one he took it for a run. Did he beat the record at Goodwood?
I think so.
Was it? Yeah. It was that one. It was the electric car with the fans, like you say that. I remember it. It's stupid.
I'd love to go to Goodwood, but the only trouble is, I don't know when the tickets come out, and then when I finally realised that it's on, like, the only tickets are like hospitality boxes, and they're like, or the hospitality areas, and they're like £1,500 tickets. I know, fuck off. Yeah. I just want to go and see some fast cars.
Yeah. No, exactly. Good
festival speed.
But I've seen. I mean, I've seen. Me and Biscuit have seen.
Speedy Biscuit.
Yeah, we've seen. Who did we see? We seen Hamilton, but he was like really trying to not be seen.
Incognito.
Yeah, so we got like I won a competition for a VIP.
Wasn't that
pass.
through Ginsters?
Yeah, yeah. And this is in a pub. I thought it was a joke. So we were in there playing pool. We were in the Wheatsheaf in Oxted.
You mean
were you there?
No.
Were you there? I can't remember.
No, I don't think so.
I
No,
think you
no,
were
no,
there.
no,
You might
no,
have been
no,
there.
I wasn't then. I wasn't there when you did some random Guinness competition. I didn't think Speedy Biscuit was allowed out of the house.
Yeah, well, that's a conversation for a different day. But anyway, I got this message through, and I'm like, no, it can't be right.
No.
Anyway, it turns out it was right. But we saw Hamilton in just walking up and down the pits or whatever. He never went into the main section with everyone else. He was just there for his brother.
Me and my dad
But,
broke into the pits once when we went. My dad, we just like bowled down because you got this as you go round Drury's down the hill and then back up to get to like the paddock area where like, all the shops are and the overpriced merchandise. Whatever. There's like there's a little tunnel which then takes you where the cars come from Park, not Park Ferme, but it's like the residual garages, isn't it, where they do the works and stuff.
The original pits, yeah.
So you walk through a tunnel and then you're out and you're on the pits. Yeah, me and my dad just fucking bowled for it. We're walking down the pit lane and around the back of the pit lane and just having a little look about.
Yeah,
and, it was no one stopped us. Really good security.
Well, it was like the kiddie that managed to get on the track.
Was it?
He drove through, like, as you go into Brands, there's like a dip and there's some barriers. He moved the barriers and he was in like a Vauxhall Corsa and he was going around the track and he got done big time for it, obviously. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, accidentally wandering into the pit lane versus physically moving barriers and driving around the track.
Oh yeah, you're a fucking melon.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a bit more of a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so anyway, no, it was good. The races were good. They always are. Jason Plato has a team now called
From the telly?
Called Plato Racing.
From telly?
Yeah, obviously, he used to be a British touring car driver.
He was on fifth gear, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Was he he wasn't. Was he the fat one, chubby one? No, he was the chubby one.
I don't know.
Like
I didn't watch it. I only know that Johnny Smith was on it.
He had like long hair. Chubby had long, like longish hair.
Nope.
I can't remember his name.
Me neither. But yeah, so the only ones I know are obviously Plato and Johnny Smith.
And who was the woman?
Vicky Butler Henderson.
That was it.
Vicky Butler Henderson.
I was thinking of the lady that was on Soccer AM back in the day, Helen Chamberlain.
Yeah, no. The race driver that was on fifth gear, was Vicky Butler Henderson. Yeah, Plato's been on it. Obviously, Johnny Smith, car pervert.
Yeah,
was on it. But yeah, anyway, so the reason why I knew about Plato racing before we went to Brands was obviously through watching
Wasn't Plato like a Greek philosopher?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a random question that turns. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's spelt the same, but because this Plato's from Oxford and ain't no philosophers around there, mate.
Is there not an influx of doctors and nurses and entrepreneurs?
No, I mean maybe Oxford is in the university, but the other Oxford that's on the outside of the university definitely fucking not.
Outside the walls.
There's no philosophers there, mate, unless you can be a philosopher and deal in coke.
Or cola.
Yeah, or being an inbred. But other than that,
that's some of the sorry you say inbred. That's some of the comments from the video. Like if you see any left wing like videos on Instagram, like all the comments are like, all the inbreds are out, oh the gammons are out. Shut up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Go back to your Palestine march.
I thought you were going to say go back to Palestine.
No,
that's a bit strong.
No, because there's two marches. You've got the United Kingdom march today and the Palestine march. To be fair, the Palestine march one. Sorry to go back to politics again, but the Palestine one, I think it's to mark 100 years, give or take, or 80 odd years since the original. What's it called? When what is it called? I can't remember the word now. But when, but it was originally when the Palestinians were kind of forced out of Palestine. I can't.
Forced out the imaginary country that didn't exist.
Don't say, you can't say that. You're upset people.
Right. Well, go and look over the past 2,000 years of fucking history, and you'll find out for yourself.
But supposedly there was like.
It's always been a no man's land. It's the same as. well, it's not the same actually. There's a bit of a difference with the way
The same but different.
the Turkish decided to completely take the Kurdish people's land and then fuck them off, so they were nomadic.
The thing I find fascinating about Turkey is like I think like it's not like exactly half, but I think like one part of like one side of Istanbul you're in Europe, and then like the other side you're in Asia.
Yes,
Which I find
that's why it's called Eurasia.
I find that really interesting.
It's very interesting.
Anyway, you were talking about Jason Plato and how you like to.
And you got the phosphorus. What?
Turkish cock.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. Never met the geezer, but yeah, absolutely. No, but anyway, he started a team, and it's not, the delivery is quite nice. It's like a purple. The car they're using is the most aerodynamic on the grid. It's the new Merc. I think it's I can't remember if it's a CL or an A. Anyway, it's an AMG version of a Merc. It's a little coupe.
Like the A series, A class,
Could
maybe?
be. It's a coupe anyway.
Or like a coupey kind of C class, maybe.
Do you know? It's shaped like a bar of soap. You know, it's like the. You know what I mean? No, it is though. You know, it kind of looks. You know what I mean? They do look like that. They're kind of. But no, it's the reason why I picked it. One of the reasons why I picked it was that it was going to be really like, it's the most aerodynamic. Yeah. Which is fucking great because I mean, what a choice! Like. When it comes down to the little details, if you've got the same engine, you know, all that sort of stuff, because they do, obviously they have regulations.
Yeah, have to.
And so if you get a little advantage by being more aerodynamic by doing nothing, you know, or a minimal amount of work, you know, it's great. What a good choice. But they're actually doing quite well, pissing a lot of people off, which is great. You know, independents always do, and you know, you see it in F1. Because technically, I know they're not anymore, but I mean, back in the day, once upon a time, McLaren were an independent. You know, so were Williams. Yeah. You know, and they went in there, they bowled in there, and they were fucking, you know, hold my beer. Yeah. And they were causing trouble, mate. And Ferrari bitched about it. Absolutely. I mean, you see it in the film Rush, don't you? Yeah. Where he's like, oh, his wheels stick out 2 inches too much or whatever, and they go and measure it, and then they, you know, that sort of stuff. And it's all because. You know, this it's like new kid on the block, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like everything, isn't it? It's all dick swinging, it's all point scoring, it's all trying to get the upper hand on. Like it's like the playoff finals. Did you see that Southampton they were supposedly caught spying on Middlesbrough training session before the first leg of the playoff? There was a guy, I saw a picture, there's this guy standing up next to a tree with his phone out, just recording it. And then, and I think in the second game, because I think it only finished like 1 or something in the first game, so they didn't necessarily lose it because of that. Well, they might have, I can't remember. But then, I think in the game that Southampton won to get to the, I think they're in a playoff final now. One of the players when they scored, one of the players ran past the middle of the players doing this with like a binocular celebration. It's just like, oh, you absolute cunt.
Wow. Oh dear.
On
the flip side of that, no one wants to see Hull City get to the Premier League, do they?
No.
Fucking God. But no one wants to see Hull get to the Premier League, do they?
No. Yeah, but then do you really want to see Southampton get to the Premier League?
I'd rather see.
They're just a yo-yo club, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see Southampton. Also, I'm thinking of the logistics for the other teams anyway. Because if you're travelling up to Hull...
So how nice of you.
Yeah, like Hull's a long old way. There ain't no easy way to get there either, really. You've got to go up the A1, then you've got to go across the Humber.
Humber?
No one wants to fucking do that. Like, just, Southampton, you just... you can get a fucking boat to Southampton if you want.
They just get the train and fly, don't they? Like, or they're not on coaches anymore.
No, I'm thinking about the fans.
Oh. Yeah, but they'd get the train, wouldn't they?
Well, if you're going from here to Southampton, right, 2 hour and a half, hour and 40, right? So you're a London club, you're going down there. If you're going up to Hull, you're talking 4 hours, mate. You know what I mean? And that's good traffic, not bad traffic.
Such an old man.
Yeah, so, you know. No offence to any of you Hull fans out there, but I'd rather Southampton get promoted, just purely for logistics. I'm thinking of the fans.
I don't really care about. I don't care if either of them go up, to be honest.
That's the spirit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Yeah. So anyway, going back to Shuckle, it's just Shuckle. Back to Brands. Yeah, Brands is always amazing. Like you say, the GP. You are right, but I mean, I would argue that you would, if you do the GP, you should probably get a grandstand seat, because then you can be up high and you can see you can see more corners. It's like if you're at Silverstone, if you go club corner and you get a seat in club corner, or you're lucky enough to get to the fence there early, you can see, I think it's 3 or 4 corners as they come sort of round towards the straight, and then you see the start. You can see the start finish. So it's similar to where we sit when we sit at South Bank at Brands. We can see obviously them go through the start finish, then they come round into Druids, then they go round again. Do you know what I mean? You get to sit. I like sitting that sort of place.
I suppose the only thing that we can't really see from our vantage point is as they go down down the Druids, obviously because it slopes down, and then we see them when they come to the corner.
It's quite fun seeing them go in like one way round and then coming out the other way round. Or you hear, oh, he's gone into the gravel, and then there's 2 of them come out, and you think, oh, who was it? Because sometimes you can't hear the names. Yeah. And then you hear, and then that's quite fun. It's like they go into a tunnel almost, and then they come out like completely mixed around or whatever. Or it'd be the same running order, but 9 times out of 10, someone will overtake in Druids.
Be a change somewhere.
I quite like that. I like seeing them go in and then fighting or overtaking, and then coming out the other end changed around. That's quite good. I like that.
That's just racing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just fun. You know?
I like overtaking.
Everyone likes overtaking. No, I like my most fun thing to do is sit and draft behind people. Yeah, no one's fucking saying that, are they?
No.
It's all about will to will.
Like a bit of action. I suppose a good thing from where we try to go, obviously, because you can see the stuff, and so you can also see the gravel trap as they come down off the
paddock.
That's it. Yeah. Paddock. So it is good. It is good. Like I said, I do like Brands. Like, I do want to get there more. And obviously now the kids are getting older. Like I said, Connor might be a bit more interested in coming. But I suppose the trouble is because you can.
I think so. I mean, Abby was sat in the rain with, and I've got a picture of him, which I'll show you. Obviously, where he's got his bucket hat on. He's got a jacket on. He's sat in a camp chair, and he's got an umbrella. And he's just sat out and because his hair's been cut recently and it's quite light coloured hair, it does look like he's got grey hair. So he literally looks like a little old man. It's hilarious. Yeah, but it's great. I was so proud of it. I sent it to I sent it to Mav, and I was like, oh, look at this. Like he's a race fan in training, and it was great. I loved it. He did. In the end, he came in because it started absolutely pelting it down.
Did Ginge have his little barbecue set up?
He did, yeah.
Did you actually remember to buy supplies for it this time?
Yes, yeah, we did that, and that was quite good. We had burgers at lunch.
Lovely.
We had obviously bacon sarnies in the morning. Obviously tea, because I bought quite a few bottles of water. We actually took the gazebo down because of the wind. I actually bent one of the sides, and I've got to unscrew it and screw it back in again. It didn't actually break it, but it bent and it was going to blow away. Bearing in mind we weighted it down. Yeah. And I said to him, look, we'll take it down and sit in the car. Right, and he was like, yeah, fair enough. So we just moved close to the barrier and sat in the car. But we left the kettle and the what's his name out when we needed to make tea. Yeah, that was quite good.
Exciting lives we lead as adults. Just riveting stuff.
Obviously, he spoke slightly about Andrew Tate.
Oh, that fucking man!
He's
kind of like he's quite funny. He's kind of dipped out. Obviously he was like the big kind of alpha male. Women are for the kitchen, men are for making money, and you should have this, that, and the other.
I'm British, but I sound American.
Geezer. Got loads of women and I. He had that Misfits boxing match that he lost, and I don't think I've seen anything of him since.
No.
He's just kind of he wasn't included in the whole manosphere thing. I think they tried to contact his representatives to try and get him on there, but obviously he wasn't on that.
He's not controlled by the mainstream media.
The Matrix, man. Before, a year and a half, 2 years ago, he was everywhere. All you would see is his clips of him and his fucking helmet brother, and they're just talking bollocks. I've got a Bugatti. Fuck off. What colour is your Bugatti? Shut up, you're a knob, mate. You are just a clown. You know the funny thing about alphas?
they disappear after a while, especially if they're not.
Well, I suppose it's just like the flavour of the month, isn't it? Like, you know, they get loads of money and their flavour of the month for depending on how successful they are.
I think,
and then they just disappear. But it'll come back. It'll come back at some point.
Well, I think what it is I think we can probably thank BetterHelp. Because I think people have gone and got mental help.
Not an ad.
They've gone. No, it's not. It's not an ad.
But you know, any sponsors are really welcome.
Well, clearly people have gone and got help. You know, they've gone and they've spoken about their issues, and there's less and less, you know, incels in the world, thankfully, and obviously that then makes his fan base go down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously it was all of them that were like, yeah, I am the big man, even though I'm not the big man. You know, it's just I don't get it. Like, it's, and we've spoken about that before. The whole alpha thing. We're not living in the fucking jungle. You can't. What are you talking about being a fucking alpha? Like, I want to see that film where the plane crash with the woman in it, where she's with the person who's a higher rank than her at work, or like her boss, and they're on. Have you seen the advert for it?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, well, this leads me into what I've been wanting to talk to you about as well, which is the fact that you know fuck all about movies.
Well, save it for another time.
No, because we're going to start a movie club in which we will watch series or a movie, and then at the end of... Is
this going to be a regular thing? Or
yes, it's going to be a regular thing. It's going to be every week, because I'm sick to death of referencing stuff or talking about stuff, and you sitting there and looking at me like, you know, I don't know, I've taken a shit on the floor. Like,
well, no, to be fair, you didn't. Because it goes both ways. 2 weeks in a row, I did the Football Factory reference, and neither time you got it.
No, I did get it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did the second time.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, okay.
Don't fucking lie.
All right, but that's one. I could probably pull out multiple examples.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, okay, well then there we go. Is that what we watched? Let's start the movie club on Football Factory then, shall we?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
Is this so? What is this going to? Are we going to do like a separate podcast for this? Like, is this?
No, it's just going to be there, and then obviously when I reference it, you're not going to go. I don't know.
Oh, so this is just purely homework. And the listeners and viewers get nothing out of it. We're just
they will, because
it's just for us.
Yeah, I mean, because we can have a laugh as well about it, but at the same time, like, obviously the references will help. That it's bants, isn't it?
Bants, bro. It's bants, double bants,
double bants.
Double bants.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, but on that, I think that's a podcast. Have you got anything you want to, any facts or I don't know, haikus that you want to finish? I haven't got any haikus. Close this out with.
I haven't got any haikus. I do have a fact about Brands Hatch.
Oh, exciting! Strap in.
Fucking strap back. It's 100 years old. Was built or made or developed or whatever terminology you want to use.
Could you not give your fact a bit more pizzazz? A bit more.
So, Brands Hatch is 100 years old. Is like that? Like jazz hands.
I meant a bit more engaging, other than like you're reading it off a fucking script.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, as what? Okay. In what way?
Start from the top. Try and impress me with your fact.
Okay. So Brands Hatch is. Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm not giving that.
I was getting a chubby.
Yeah, I could try and do it like that. I can't do David Attenborough. I'm just trying. What's he sound like? And here we have. It's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here we have. Okay. So Brands Hatch is 100 years old. It was built in 1926 and was originally a mud trap for motorcycles. Okay? And in the 1950s...
Why are you addressing me? You've got to address them. It's not a fact for me, it's a fact for them. Start again.
You dickhead. Brands Hatch is 100 years old. It was built in 1926 and was originally a mud track for motorcycles. In the 1950s, it got tarmacked, and then the rest is history. It's seen F1, it's seen Superbike, it's seen MotoGP, and it is a fucking fantastic enterprise.
Well done. And on that, I've been Josh, that's been Dave, and his many voices. We've been the Nobody's Podcast, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.